Well, MB, thank you so much for agreeing to chat to us tonight.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on the film. I've had a chance to sit down and take a watch of it, and it's an absolutely amazing film. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Really happy that you enjoyed the movie, and I hope that the Australian audience will like it too. So thank you so much.
So, MB, tell us a little bit about your journey with this film. How did you first become involved with the film, and what made you really like it when you sat down and read the screenplay?
Okay, so back in 2016, I participated to the French edition of The Voice in France. So I went to the finals, and it so happens that the director and producer of the movie, they were watching my blind audition on the very first day, and they at that time they already had a version of the script, and they were looking for someone who could uh, rap and sing opera, and that was of course about the age of the character. And it so happens that they were in front of the TV when my audition was aired, and they it kind of clicked for them, but they didn't contact me directly. They waited for me to go all the way through the show, and I ended up in the finals. And maybe I don't know, maybe 1 month after the finals, I received a message on Facebook at that time, and it was Raphaël Benoliel, the producer of the movie, who told me that he was preparing a movie about a young rapper who becomes an opera singer. And so we had a phone call together, and when he told me that he was interested in working with me, I was uh, I was shocked, because becoming an actor was something that I wanted to do for a very long time.
Yep.
It was a kind of a dream for me. So when he told me that he wanted to work with me, I said yeah, like straight away. So we had a meeting, and we did some shooting, just to try and see if I fitted the character, and if it fitted with my brother in the movie, because they already had an idea as well for the other character. And so it happened. It matched really well. Um, the thing is, making a movie takes a lot of time, so we basically waited for I don't know, 4 more years, 5 more years to make it happen. And finally, when everything was in place, when they found the studio to produce the movie, when they found the other main character, who's Madame Loiseau, Michel Larocque, uh, the producer still doubted that I was the perfect choice for the role, so I had to do another audition. But finally, everyone thought that it was a good idea to take me for the role. And yeah, that's it. We started shooting in 2021, and it was a dream come true for me. Really.
Yeah, you mentioned that acting was a dream for you, and
Yeah.
you're such a talented musician. You could easily make a career out of being a musician. What was it that attracted you to acting
Well,
as well?
thank you so much. First, it's really kind. I don't know. It's I remember when I was 15. Well, when I was in middle school, my teacher told me that, because I was always being funny and being sort of clown in the classroom, and
Yep.
even outside of the classroom, always trying to make other people laugh, always making jokes, making characters, impersonating other people, my teachers and stuff. So one day, my French teacher, she saw that I was a bit, um, how can I say, expressive. So she told me that I should start drama classes, just to kind of channel my energy and just have fun and express myself. So that's what I did. 2 years after, I started a drama class in high school, and the first day I ever stepped on that stage, I remember, after the class, I was like, I found my spot. I found what I want to do. You see what I mean?
Yep.
It's like I found my place, and all I was waiting for was the next drama class on the next week. And ever since, I've been kind of cherishing this dream, but it's just that becoming an actor is very tough, I think, because there's a lot of people who want to become actors, and there's only one role for dozens of people who want to obtain it. And sorry, and also you need a lot of patience, because you need the validation of the casting director, and then you need producers who make the movie, you need writers, you need directors, you need you need so many different parameters to make it happen, that at that time I didn't have the patience to chase that dream. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I prefer to focus on music because it's more of an independent quest. Let's say you can just be in your bedroom and make songs and play guitar and record stuff and put it out on YouTube. It's a more independent career, I think, and that's what I liked. I like freedom. I like to just do what I want to do. And at that time, I think it was just I was more ready to make music rather than do all the work to become an actor without being sure that someday I will become an actor. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what's funny in this story, is that it's actually the music who brought me to The Voice show. You know, the show.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what actually got me to become an actor with a lead role as my first job. So that's what's crazy in what the universe can make happen. You see what I mean? It's really it's like destiny. It would be a good movie scenario. You see, like the guy who for many years does beatbox battles and small gigs and stuff. Then he ends up on The Voice, and that's what actually allows him to make his first dream come true.
Yeah. What was it that drew you to the character of Antoine? Like, you put in such a natural performance in the film. What was it that drew you to that character?
I think the thing is, the character really looks like me. It's like it's kind of a younger version of myself, more impulsive, more emotional, more sensitive. But he really, I mean, I didn't change myself that much, except maybe sometimes on certain scenes I would kind of boost my ghetto accent. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but he really looks like me. He talks like me, and I like the fact that when I'm playing a character, it doesn't sound written. That's what I'm trying to go after. I don't want to say my lines as if I was reading a script. I really like to work on certain words, certain silences, hesitations, just to make it more natural. Naturalism is what I don't know if the word exists in English, but it's really what I'm looking for. Is I want people to watch my performance as literally an improvisation. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good mark for me that you say that, because that's what I'm looking for. I really want to be true when I play. I really try to make it as less fabricated as possible, because eventually it's fabricated because it's a movie, it's a fake story. But I really want people to get in the story and feel like it's true and feel like it's really happening. And it's not a movie. It's just a story that they're watching. That's what I want. And the thing is, I was very lucky to work with a director that allows me to be like that, to play like that, to change some of my lines, to really work on my own rhythm, my own flow. You know, because there are some other directors who want you to say exactly the words that they've written. They want you to be exactly like that, to say the lines exactly like that, and it can be risky, because if you don't feel like the director but you have to do what he wants, that can be really disturbing sometimes. So I know that I was free enough on Tenor, and that's what made the experience for me really, really enjoyable, and I'm really grateful for having worked on that movie.
Definitely. Did you
Sorry,
find?
I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I talk a lot.
That's all right. Did you find doing the opera scenes, were they challenging for you, or did you just embrace that as another challenge?
Well, actually, that was the most challenging part of the movie. It was to really learn how to sing opera, because I had been listening to opera for many years before, but it's really it's really technical. Opera is really is a really complicated art form, because it's in the same time it's kind of it's vocal athleticism. You see what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
an art with a sport that mixes as well some mechanical knowledge that you must have, some anatomical knowledge that you must have, because it mixes so different parts of your being, of your body. You have to be focused, you have to be sensitive, emotional, but you have to sing in tune, the right melodies, but your larynx must be in place, and your breathing and your posture, and you have to think about everything, but make it look natural and make it touching for people. So that was a real challenge, because I had to, of course, I had some kind of, I'm not going to say knowledge, but I had been listening for that for a long time, and I've been trying to emulate opera sounds for a long time. But emulating and really singing opera is two different things. And so even though I knew what opera sounded like, to be able to sing with the real proper technique without ruining your voice, and to be able to resonate enough, etc., it was really a challenge. So we took singing lessons prior to the shooting, and even during the shooting. I took something like 3 to 4 lessons per week with an amazing teacher called Caroline Fèvre, who really taught me the basics of opera. And so I had to really be committed and to be focused, because I had to improve in a very short amount of time, but I had to improve a lot to make it believable in the movie. You see,
Yeah.
I had to really portray someone who's never sang opera before, up to someone who ends up performing an audition in the biggest opera in France, and maybe one of the biggest opera in the world, in front of different juries. And I had to sing also, I had the pleasure to sing with Roberto Alagna, who's one of the biggest opera star in the world as well. And so it was tough. I must admit, it was tough. Sometimes I even cried out of frustration and despair and exhaustion. You know,
Yeah.
it was. But I became so passionate about opera that it was really worth it.
Well, Ambi, I know you've got another interview to get to, so I'll finish with this question. What would you like to say to our listeners out there who are about to go into cinemas and watch Tenor?
It's a beautiful story. It's very touching. I think it's a touching character. Everything about the movie has been made with our whole heart, and it's a beautiful movie, because the music's beautiful, the photography is beautiful. There's truth in the movie, in the dialogues, in the scenes, whether it's Antoine with his friends, or his brother, or his relationship with Madame Loiseau. Michelle Larocque as well is a great actress. All the casting in the movie, I think they did their best, and it was really, there's a lot of I think there's a lot of truth in that movie. And also the places where we had the privilege to shoot the movie are I mean, we sang in the Opéra Garnier. For people who don't know France, it's one of the most iconic places in France, and it was beautiful. You'll see. I hope that you'll enjoy this movie, and maybe don't expect too much. Just let yourself go in the movie. Try to feel the emotion, and a lot of people who watch the movie at the end, they get really touched. So I hope it will be the same for you, and hope you like it. Thank you so much. If you have another question, it's okay.